So starting at the front here, Z-bar linkages, heavy duty front arms. Now Aaron talked about some of the weight capacities changed as we moved from the Dash 5 to the Dash 7s. Put heavier axles under them, change some of the loader geometries so we get those heavier loads on it. Okay, so kind of as we move back a little bit, the biggest thing, and when I get you over by the wheel loaders over there, we got the Dash 5 wheel loaders over there, the Dash 7 wheel loaders. So if we look at this machine aesthetically, it's completely changed. Really nice design. So some of the things we changed, if you kind of look at the cab here, the glass, improved visibility on the glass. On the Dash 5s, the glass came to about here. Now we come all the way down to the floor level with it. As well, we do that on the door of the machine too. Kind of look over here, the whole HVAC unit moved from the back side of the cab where it was taking up room in the cab. We've moved it to the side of the cab where we got more leg room, just all around room in the cab. We got room behind the seat now for storage and so forth. So, which it also makes it much easier access to the HVAC system for service. So really easy access to the engine compartment, as well as your service points on it. A couple of things I want to point out is if you look at the exhaust stack on the top, it's got a nice rectangular stack on there. So that's actually an outer guarding around the inner exhaust. So it's the actual exhaust inner to that guarding up there. So what we do with that, the exhaust pipe stops short of the top of that, what the exhaust you see, and that'll create a negative pressure in the engine compartment here, and will draw the hot air out. Okay, so with that, we'll have a solid firewall between the engine compartment and our rear cooling group. So we're not transferring heat from one to the other, help keeping the engine cool, in turn, longevity of the engine. One of the functions, we have transparent bucket, which we've got on the DL280 over there. And we'll walk you through that, take a look at it. But what happens is we get that bucket up in our view, and on our monitor, we can see what's beyond that bucket. Okay? Not invisible bucket, but transparent bucket. So you still see the silhouette of that bucket, but you actually be able to see through it. And then there's some different functions on it. We'll walk you through it to get a good idea of what it is. Going in the waste application, we're going to put more than likely solid tires on it. And as well, shortly, Q1 here, we're going to have a full guarding package for the machine. So window guards, underbelly guards, side guards, articulation guards. So those are some of the big things as far as protecting that machine in that waste application, stuff popping up and protecting the machine itself. So, depending on, if it's a transfer station, it's just going to depend on the size of the machine, how much room they have to operate it, turn radiuses on it and so forth, bucket sizes. So.
And also one of the hard things, of course, you're working in a transfer station or a MRF. Cab comfort is very important to these operators. Talk a little bit about that. What advantages can they see? I mean, there's the smell first of all, and,
I've been
they're
there.
working in some hot conditions too.
Yeah, so like you said, having spent some time in some of the transfer stations in New York, yes, it can get rather aromatic in there. But get into that cab, close it up. It's sealed. Once you get that air conditioning running, positive pressure on it. Granted, you're bringing in outside air, but we got dual element air filters on it, so we got inner outer air filter it. So try to mitigate some of that. But at the same time, as far as comfort, like I said, we've moved that HVAC unit. We just, I'm a big guy. I've got plenty of room in that cab now, so it's easy to get around in there. Comfortable seat. I've got air ride seat heat. Different options I could put on there. If I'm on a 580 machine, I can have the joystick float with the seat. So just anymore, with the HVAC system, even out here in the desert, we get really hot. I can keep it cool out here. I'll be on a 110-degree day out here. It stays cool. Granted, you don't really have that heat in the transfer station, but at the same time, keep that operator cool in there. So,
excellent. Thanks a lot, Bill. Appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.